Thank you, everybody, for coming today. I am so excited to be here, not only because this is one of my favorite projects that we've done, but to be here with Mayor Hamilton, who I knew 27 years ago because at the age of 23, when I was an undergraduate at Indiana University, I was his intern in Washington, D.C. with a little community development bank. And he was awesome because he just let me come to every meeting, and I learned so much. So it's kind of cool that my career's kind of come full circle, and my mentor's here. So, and I get to speak and introduce him. But the reason why we're here is because of the retreat at the Switchyard, which has kind of been a labor of love. It's 3-4 years into it. The city had put out an RFP, and we worked on a presentation to come up with something that would really work for the community here in Bloomington. And I think with everybody coming together as a team, with the city, with the architecture, the design, I think we really have something special here. One of the things I really love about projects like this is that it's a true mixed income development, which means it's got all kinds of different income levels and a market rate component. In addition, we have units that are specifically set aside for persons with disabilities, and we have the service provider Stone Belt on site. So once we break ground today, 16 months from now, that's what Dave told me how long it would take to build this, we're going to be standing inside a building that's truly making an impact on the community in Bloomington. And with that, I want to introduce the mayor, my mentor, Mayor Hamilton.
Thank you. This is really fun. She was an intern. She's now running this stuff, and I was a guy back then. Now I'm the mayor, so here we are again. So, but what a wonderful reunion, Melanie. Great to see you again, and. It's groundbreakings are exciting days. They're the beginning of something. As you mentioned, this has been a few years getting to this, but we're ready to break ground, knowing that in another year plus, we will have, I expect, a ribbon cutting. And those are really exciting too, as we open up this new facility. We're breaking ground, as Melanie said, on this mixed income, mixed use rental property that's offering this great combination of supportive housing for people with disabilities, of affordable housing in a range of incomes, and market rate housing, all in one beautiful 64-unit building with commercial space also, right next to Bloomington's newest, biggest, baddest park, Switchyard Park. So first, I want to, anybody here who works for the city, and there's several of you, if you would just raise your hand, I want to thank you for all the work you've done helping make this possible. Thank you guys, everybody here. We are just really thrilled to be here. This is the kind of development that we love to see. Living next to Switchyard Park, living next to any park brings benefits to the residents. Parks and trails are convenient, they're attractive, they're affordable reasons to be outdoors and active. Spending time in green space like Switchyard Park brings lots of health benefits directly. We know it reduces stress, it increases fitness, and reduces actually, when you use and live next to a green space like that, there's evidence it reduces of illnesses. And there are also community building spaces where people connect and make community happen. And a very diverse community like we'll be living in Retreat at Switchyard will be a great place for that to connect. And particularly, of course, this is a big community park. It took decades to realize this. I think 4 mayors and 37 council members or something that made this happen, converting an old abandoned switchyard and rail line into this beautiful park. The community made it happen, community helped design it, and now the community is going to live next to it. And it's a beautiful thing. Affordable housing is just one piece of financial stability and your quality of life. We can hear the noise of activity here, but we are right on a bus line, which is terrific to be on mass transit. We're along the Beeline Trail, the spine that runs through Bloomington that you can access. It reduces reliance on vehicles, increases accessibility. It helps in climate impact for us to have buildings like this, and lets people who don't even need to own a car live here and thrive, which is fantastic. You know, Melanie, when you and I worked together, we worked on affordable housing in a different community, and we have focused a lot on affordable housing here in Bloomington. It's been a priority. Doing so right next to a park. When we built this park, we said we want more people to live around this park, and we want a diverse mix of people to live around this park. And that's what we're seeing today. It reflects our goals of climate change response, of community integration, and health. Since 2016, the City of Bloomington has added 1,121 affordable units to our portfolio, preserving, developing new, saving, including the 48 units, affordable units that will be here in addition to the 16 market rate. The first phase around Switchyard Park actually opened on the west side of the park. You can shoot an arrow or two to get to Switchyard Park, Switchyard Apartments on Rogers Street, which are 8 apartments and room for 8 more. 2 of those 8 units are reserved for clients of Life Designs, a nonprofit serving people with disabilities. City Redevelopment Commission purchased this land around this park in 2017. As Melanie mentioned, ran a competition to find a partner. We selected Real America to do that with us, a nationally certified women's business enterprise. This land is valued at nearly $1 million. We offered it for $1 to Real America to develop this project, so the public has embraced this and supported this, and we're so pleased to be here. 64 new units with 1, 2, and 3 bedroom options, 48 units dedicated to affordable housing, with 10 of those reserved for people with disabilities. As mentioned, Stone Belt, and we thank you, Stone Belt, for being here and for your partnership, providing services directly here. 3,000 square feet of commercial space on the ground floor. If you want to open a coffee shop or anything, just get in touch with Melanie and her team. They'll be ready to talk to you. As well as free Wi-Fi, home office spaces, patios, balconies. You can see the design. I mean, it's gonna be beautiful living here. The views and I guess you can get free symphony concerts, you know, just listening from outdoors. It's gonna be nice. And this is a day of celebration. We know there are many Bloomingtonians who face housing insecurity, who have difficulty. This is an expensive housing market. It's a place a lot of people want to live, and many Bloomingtonians struggle to find places to live. We want every resident, current and future, to have attractive, affordable places to call home, which is why we are intentional and aggressive about including and integrating affordable and supportive housing around beautiful new Switchyard Park. So this is a day to gather and celebrate. I want to congratulate all of you who have gotten us this far. I want to wish you good luck to all those who are going to build it and make it happen. I hope it's safe and goes smoothly. And we look forward to cutting a ribbon on a place that will change lives for generations and create new families for our community. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for being here. Back to you, Melanie.
Thank you very much. I have to mention one thing. That's our safety officer over there. Do not go anywhere near that hole. Very. It's very important. There was a whole meeting on how we were going to keep everybody safe. So, yeah. Thank you very much. And you know, we can't do developments like this without our partners. And one of our partners is the Indiana Housing and Community Development Authority. They are one of the best government agencies we ever deal with. They, you know, they really try to make things happen for us and for the communities. They don't get us tied down with a bunch of bureaucratic stuff that we can't, red tape that we can't get through. And so they have given the tax credits. Our lenders, First Financial and Riverbank, and CREA is our investor. So it takes a village really to do a project, but I want to introduce Alan Rakowski, who is the head of the tax credit program at the Indiana Housing and Community Development
Hello, thank you for the kind words, Melanie. As mentioned, I'm Alan Rakowski, work at IHCDA. For those of you that aren't familiar with IHCDA, I think it's important or helpful just to know what our mission is, what we try to do each and every day, and that's to provide housing opportunities, promote self-sufficiency, and strengthen communities. And we do this by working with partners to leverage both government and private funds to finance fiscally sound, well-designed projects that are going to help sustain and help to build Indiana communities for many years to come. Under the leadership of Lieutenant Governor Suzanne Crouch and our outstanding board of directors, we invest our resources to help establish lasting partnerships with organizations such as Real America that are going to be committed to helping Hoosiers have affordable housing for many years to come. As Melanie mentioned, one of the resources in this project are the low-income housing tax credits, and that's probably the most valuable resource that we have as an agency within our state to help encourage the development and preservation of affordable housing. Each year we award tax credits which then create close to 1,000 units each year of affordable rental housing in Indiana. In 2020, Real America recognized the need to add high-quality affordable housing to Bloomington and chose a great location, as you can see here today. After much work with financing, securing the financing, and then also being successful in a highly competitive application process, today marks the start of making their vision a reality that will provide much needed affordable housing for families and those with special needs through a unique partnership with Stonebelt. So as we gather here today, it certainly makes me proud to represent IHCDA and recognize the hard work and dedication put forth by Real America and its partners, and I look forward to coming back to celebrate a place that many will be proud to call their home. So on behalf of IHCDA, I would like to thank you again for the opportunity to share with you the groundbreaking for the retreat at the Switchyard. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. And I know our next person, he was traveling from far away, so we'll kick him till the end. All right. Again, like I said, it takes a lot of financial resources to get a project like this off the ground. One of the investors in the project is First Financial, and we have Steve Tanner from First Financial here to say a few words. There you are. I was like,
Hi, I'm Steve Tanner with First Financial Bank, and I'm the Senior Vice President for Affordable Housing. I'm located in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm here with Riddell McCullough, who's in the back right here. He's our Chief Corporate Responsibility Officer who oversees our CRA opportunities in our footprint. First Financial Bank, we are providing the construction loan as well as a portion of the tax credits that are being invested in the project. As far as Riddell and I are both in Cincinnati, but I feel like I am an honorary Bloomington resident. My in-laws retired here 20 years ago, so I come here all the time, and I always root for the Hoosiers except when they're playing that little school in Ohio that my daughter goes to. So I've heard great things about this park from my mother-in-law. She plays pickleball here. We're just very excited about this project as a bank to be able to lend and invest in the Bloomington area in the heart of our footprint. To help lead our community development efforts, First Financial implemented the Alive Community Development Strategy, which the acronym stands for Access to Banking Services and Capital, Lending in the Community, Investing in Local Initiatives, Volunteering Our Time, and Education through opportunities to increase financial literacy. So we're excited to be a partner in this. We thank CREA as far as Adam, who's here, Paul and Andy in the back, and also Real America, City of Bloomington, and IHCDA. We're just very excited for this project. Thank you.
thank you, Steve. Like I said, partners. I was counting them as I was sitting there, 7. Another partner is the Bloomington Housing Authority. A lot of people don't realize, but a lot of landlords, market rate landlords, do not accept Section 8 vouchers. When you build a development like this, that's part of it, and the Bloomington Housing Authority was kind enough to work with us and help provide some vouchers for this particular development. So we have Catherine Gazunas. Is Catherine?
But you're standing for Kate.
Yeah.
I'm not Kate. But
Yeah. We don't have Kate, but.
Thanks, Kate. So if you're missing a speaker, they're probably over at the Strawberry Festival. That's where I thought we were going to meet. So I walked over here just now and got here just in time, apparently. But good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kevin Cade, and I've served on the Bloomington Housing Authority for the last 14 years. I've always felt that the Housing Authority is one of Bloomington's best-kept secrets. The Housing Authority serves 1,300 plus families in our voucher, in our Section 8 voucher housing choice voucher program, and over 300 families in Housing Authority-owned property on the near northwest side of Bloomington. The BHA doesn't just provide housing for low-income families. We also have services we provide for them to help them finish their high school degree, to basically find employment, improve their situation so that they can transition to economic independence. I believe the Housing Authority gives folks hope and a better way of life. BHA partners with other not-for-profit organizations such as the Hand Department, Area 10 Agency on Aging, Work One, the Hoosier Food Bank, the Boys and Girls Club, just to name a few, who could provide additional services that we cannot provide. For the first few years of my time on the commission, these relationships helped us give the best available assistance to those being served. When Mayor Hamilton became mayor and was elected, one of his campaign promises was to provide affordable housing for all Bloomington residents. And I remember him calling a meeting of folks from our organization and other not-for-profits just to get input on how he might achieve that goal. I believe more progress has been made since that time than any other time prior to his election in finding ways to provide affordable housing to our community. I'd like to thank Mayor Hamilton, John Zodi at the Housing and Neighborhood Development Department, for the city and their teams for their efforts in accomplishing so much in the interest of affordable housing. This project, the retreat at Switchyard Park, is a perfect example of these efforts by so many to find good ways to provide affordable housing. Therefore, I'm truly excited on behalf of the Bloomington Housing Authority and Kate Guzanis, our director, that the BHA is making available housing choice vouchers for use by low-income residents at the retreat at Switchyard Park. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And last but certainly not least, one of our most important partners is Stone Belt, who will be providing services for persons with disabilities. They'll be located within the development. I have Bida DeWeese here to say a few words.
I am so excited to be here today. I'm Bida DeWeese, and I'm the CEO of Stone Belt, and we are so excited about this partnership and this opportunity for people with disabilities to access affordable, accessible, integrated housing. It's very challenging to find in Bloomington. I've got Gina Barger here with me. She's going to say a few words when I finish, and a variety of residential staff and clients from Stone Belt who've been benefiting from this partnership. I'm also incredibly excited about the opportunity for community building through the amenities in the facility and the easy access, as has been mentioned, to public transportation. Most of our clients do not drive and are dependent on public transportation and access to parks and access to jobs and access to the community. So this is just an incredible location for those kind of amenities. I want to say thank you to Real America for involving us throughout this process, giving us the opportunity to talk about what people need in accessible housing, what people need in community buildings and community activities and community opportunities that we hope to grow through the amenities available in the facility. And I am so happy to see that the groundbreaking is finally here, and we are 16 months away from people potentially moving in. We already have many clients who are saying, I want to move. I've got my roommate picked out. I am ready to take advantage. And so I'm going to turn to Gina and say, Gina, is there anything you want to add?
Where I live right now, I'm not able to take a shower. I haven't been able to take a shower for like 3 years. And I am very excited to move.
To much more accessible bathrooms and opportunities.
Yeah.
Gina has ways to get clean, but it's not an easy process. And
Right.
so this is very exciting.
Yeah.
And we have many more clients who are equally excited. The bathrooms were a big part of what we talked about, and what we talked about needs to be. Anything you want to add, Gina? Are you excited?
Yes.
Thank you for having us here today.
We are excited to have you move in. That is that is one of the things that we hear time and time again when we come into different communities, is that there is just not enough handicap accessible housing for the number of clients that need it. And it is one of our honors to be able to build something that is useful and has that kind of impact on people's lives. With that, I want to make sure that I mention all 7 of our partners. City of Bloomington, of course, we couldn't have done this without you guys. CREA, our investors for the tax credits, Indiana Housing and Community Development Authority, First Financial, River Hills Bank, and Bloomington Housing Authority, and of course Stone Belt. Thank you all so much for helping us put this project together and bring it to fruition. I'm really excited that we get to finally break ground today. And then with that, all those people that I mentioned, if you're with any of our partners, please come up so that we can ground break.
Next smile here, guys. Look up, beautiful.